You are now running wild with the most underrated wrestling podcast in the world, WellsMania Podcast, and I am your host, the Kyle Wells, aka WellsMania, and be sure to follow me all over everywhere at WellsMania. And ladies and gentlemen, I have hit 500 subscribers right here on the official exclusive home of the WellsMania Podcast. As a matter of fact, we're at 509 subscribers. So I just wanted to start from the top of this episode and say thank you to each and every single one of you who have made this possible. I mean, getting to 500, it's a big deal to me because once upon a time when I was running wild on Spotify, I had about 1,500 followers, listeners, subscribers, whatever Spotify people called themselves. And then all of a sudden I got hit with the copyright claims and the WellsMania Podcast got thrown through the barbershop window. So rebuilding it back on the YouTube, I just wanted to say thank you all so much for helping get WellsMania Podcast to 500. Yes, thank you, Tribal Cheese. Congrats. Thank you very much. Who else we got in here? Josiah, let me in. That's right, the Fiend of Fort Wayne. Before I do have special guests. This is episode 216 of WellsMania Podcast. And I've got 3 special guests who will be joining me here momentarily. But before I bring them on, I did want to shout out everybody that I ran into up in Fort Wayne, Indiana this past weekend for Saturday night's main event. Of course, Pluggo, DC Hendricks, and Stone Pain Productions ran wild with my boys, the 5-foot giant Chris Engel. Shout out to Alexis. Alexis really wanted to get a picture with me, and guess what? We really got that picture together, Alexis, because that is what WellsMania does. Daniel and Christina, Brutus Dillon, Colin, who, by the way, I was passing out packs of cards to kids that were waiting in line to get in, and I only had 7 packs of cards. That's how many packs come in the box. And I was out of packs, but this Colin kid really wanted the box. So I gave him the box, the empty box of Topps Chrome trading cards. And then I signed it for him. He wanted my autograph. So I thought that was really cool. We are going to acknowledge her. Jesse, the Tribal Chief. We acknowledge the Tribal Chief. The Kid Dynamite Show, Justin Terrell and his 2 daughters. I didn't get their names, but they were 2 of the recipients of the packs of cards, and they were very excited. I love seeing parents and their kids go to shows. It gets me excited for when I take my son to future shows. And Josh Fletcher and his son as well. Now, there are 2 people on this episode who I also want to give shout outs to. And let me go ahead and bring them up. I'm talking about Brock Lesnar Guy. And I got to be careful doing the Brock Lesnar Guy pose because I'm injured, brother. And so are you, apparently.
And I think at least you know how it happened. I don't even know how I don't know what they call it, an injury, if it's a sprain or if it's something worse. But yeah, I got some bruising on my foot. I didn't so what's funny is I didn't, I don't know how it happened. And then I like, it wasn't until I left the show. So like when I met up with you after the show, like when I was walking around, like, oh, it feels a little off. And then when I got home, I noticed like a tiny bruise on it. So I was like, wasn't thinking nothing of it. But then the bruise got bigger the next day. And of course, I'm a psychopath. I went, I worked out. I mean, it doesn't affect like my lifting, but I love to do Stairmaster. So I feel like the Stairmaster might not be a good idea. But of course, I'm a psychopath, and I just went back on the Stairmaster today. So
yeah, you are a psychopath. The Stairmaster, are you kidding me? But I am glad that you're at least well enough to do that. Now, me, on the other hand, I got this injury. I got this nice, big old nasty bruise here. I felt like I broke my arm.
Well, didn't you say something happened before and then you aggravated what we did?
Well, the injury happened because I play in a men's basketball league on Thursday nights.
Okay.
And that's where the injury happened. And I thought I broke my arm initially, but I think I just bruised the hell out of my elbow and bicep. But then when I got up to Fort Wayne, I was doing a TikTok video and some guy comes up to me afterwards and he's like, "Oh my God, it's WellsMania." And then he like throws his hand out there. And of course, me not thinking, I threw my bad arm out there, and this dude had the grip of Andre the Giant.
Oh, man.
Like almost ripped my arm out of the socket. And I was like, oh God, that's excruciating. And then after the show was over, getting my picture with you in our picture together, I did the Brock Lesnar Guy pose. And I also hurt my arm doing that too. So I
Oh,
was
brother,
like,
I'm so
I
sorry.
gotta be careful. But you see his comment on here, the big 500. He wasn't there, but he is here. Aiden Achong running wild on episode
Running
2.
wild once again on the greatest podcast that hate America and the rest of the world.
Man, I love that, brother. I love that. And Aiden,
Hey, is it better if I turn my phone sideways to make it widescreen, or does it matter?
you can go sideways. Let's see what it
Whatever
looks
you're feeling,
like.
whatever
Or
you're
will it go sideways?
moving today.
Oh, there we go.
There we
While
go.
you're doing that,
I need to stay
I'm gonna
consistent with everybody.
bring up our third special guest and making her. No, you had it right the first time. Now you're sideways. She's in gorilla right now. She turned her camera aside. There she goes. Before I bring her up, see, she's never been on WellsMania Podcast before, so I just want to, I want to make sure I set her up for success. Making her WellsMania Podcast debut, it's Wrestle with Noemi. What's up, Noemi? How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Oh, besides Mike and I being injured,
Yeah.
I don't know about Aiden over there, but I think we're doing pretty good.
I'm feeling pretty good. I got the youth on my side.
Yeah, you do. 22 years old. Jeez, I remember when I was 22, like 22 years ago. It's a long time ago.
Also, did you
Devin-
notice Braun wasn't on Raw? So it makes me wonder if he's he's maybe not doing too well either.
Oh my
Yo,
gosh.
he
That
broke
video
that
you
chair.
got
That was
was
bad.
insane. I can't believe you got so many views in like an hour. I was like, wow.
It happened so fast too, and I'm like,
Well, let's
because I was
talk
like,
about it.
should I go to the show? I don't know. And I'm like, okay, I'm glad I went to the show.
I'm glad you did too, because
Yes.
for the first time since 1992, Saturday night's main event ran wild in Indiana. And for the first time ever, it ran wild in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Now, for me, Fort Wayne is about a 2-hour drive north. I'm a little south of Indianapolis, so about a 2-hour drive. How long was the drive for both? Because Noemi and Mike, both of you guys are in Chicago, right? Or in the
Yep.
outskirts of Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me like, I made a couple stops. So like, I think it said like, I remember there was one time I was checking, it said 4 hours, but then when I would check in, because it was like the real time, it was like 3 hours, maybe 15 minutes, something like that. So nothing, because you take a highway, but then you have to take like a US route all the way in.
Were
So
there any
that's like-
toll roads?
Only in Illinois.
I cannot
yeah, it's-
stand toll
Yeah,
roads.
you guys don't like, so what's weird is there's a tollway in like Northwest Indiana, but like there's nothing, I don't think there's anywhere else in the state that I'm aware of.
No,
but,
because
yeah,
here in
Chica-
Indiana, we don't need toll roads. We
Yeah,
don't need them. We don't
Chicagoland
need them.
though, there's a lot. I try to avoid them as much as possible, but for a trip like this, but I will say though, like literally right when you cross over, I found gas for $3.49 when I was heading back. It's literally like
Yes.
$4.
I paid
like-
$5.
I
the other
filled
day.
up because it's almost it's like $5 where we're at right now.
How much is it by you, Kyle?
I think I saw like 370 something earlier
Jesus,
when I was
dude.
out. I know. It's
I need to move to
nice.
Indiana, dude.
That's like
literally,
$1 for us.
I'm only like maybe 45, 50 minutes away from the border, so I'm actually trying to contemplate, is it worth just driving down there to fill up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it might be actually. But Noemi, you're also in the state of Illinois, and this is your debut on the WellsMania Podcast. I know it's been a long time coming, and I'm glad that you are finally able to run wild with us. And it was great to see both you and Brock Lesnar Guy up in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Now, Aiden, here we go. I went to a wrestling show, and you weren't there.
Yeah.
You've been going all over everywhere, but you didn't
I've
Yeah.
been
come
to so
to
many shows
Indiana.
this week. I've literally been at, 2 this week? Yeah. So I got 2 more coming up next week. The one time you go to a show, I'm not there. What the hell, man?
Well, and it's not just you. I mean, Alan Owens didn't show up either, and I'm like trying to. Now I've seen Alan Owens in person, but I didn't really know him like I know him now. But I've yet to meet you, Aiden, in person.
Dude, I don't know, man. Every time it seems like we're getting close. Somehow it doesn't happen.
Me and Aiden
Well-
finally met at WrestleMania.
Yes. And some weird guy with his freaking meta glasses got it on video. And the best part, it's not the focus of the video. It's in the background. I'm like, wait, is that me? What? That's crazy to me. I think man glasses are funny, but being on the other end, I'm like, all right, I see it now. I understand.
Yeah,
Well,
I got
I
meta
think
glasses.
you got hit.
Yeah.
Today, right? I just saw this video today.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, what do you know about the green shirt guy?
Yeah, I'm just like,
oh my
shit.
gosh. I felt so bad because I'm like, I know you don't want to like put his business out there, but when
Yeah,
you're
and
in the
I
moment-
was actually, and apologies to the green shirt guy. Like like I said, I don't know if that's actually what he does, but I said like what I thought he had done, and I did like, you know what I mean. I was just so thrown off because like, and even despite the fact if I thought it was a private conversation, I still like I like I said, I was just caught off guard, so I should have known better
always.
to. But like I just like I said, I was just so like when you come at me like that, I'm just like, what the hell? And I'm just like, and I even asked him like, oh yeah, are you the guy that shot that? Because he is that guy. He
Yes.
lied to me, but I'm just like, Jesus. So apologies to Green Shirt Guy for yeah.
green shirt guy. The invite is always open if you would like to come run wild on the WellsMania podcast.
Only if he has
And
front row though. If he gets
the
second row, he
thing,
ain't coming.
he's got front row hard cam. I'll even wear a green shirt to make him feel at home, because I want to have my podcast be an opportunity for not just content creators but also super fans to tell their side of the story, have people get to know, because like people love when Mike comes on because they only see you, or they see what they see of you on television. So this gives people an opportunity to actually get to know you better, and then they're like, oh wow, why do I hate that guy so much? He's actually a cool dude.
And I need to, and I do make posts sometimes where like I'll actually get on and actually speak as opposed to just recording something at a wrestling show. I do need to try to be a little bit more consistent with that, because I feel like people like, because I'm trying to kind of like become like the content creator now, but I feel like people still more look at me as like a super fan as opposed as a content creator. So, and not that I'm trying to like make it a goal to be like known as a content creator, but I do kind of want to start doing, even more videos. Just like, and I did like a video like last week where I was like watching, because Undertaker, you know how like nobody for the longest time kicked out of the Tombstone. So Ultimate Warrior kicked out of the Tombstone in 1991. Now, granted, there was like he didn't go for the 3 count right away, but like still he kicked out. And I was always under an impression that Kane was the first one to kick out. So like just putting out like interesting content like that,
Well, it's just like Sid Justice had to have been like one of the first people to kick out of the big boot and the leg drop from Hogan at WrestleMania 8. Like,
oh wow, yeah. See, because that I mean, you would know better than I would as far as like people kicking out of that. But yeah, it's just like, because I feel like sometimes they just don't. Because like it was like they did like an 8-person, like of only 8 people have kicked out of it, but then they didn't even include like Roman Reigns, who kicked out of the Tombstone at WrestleMania.
Ooh, Alan Owens is in here. Alan Owens is in here. He says,
oh my
stop
gosh,
texting your girl and
Alan
focus on
the goat. That's my goat right there.
Alan,
if it's not Brock Lesnar Guy, it's Alan. They're both my goats.
Alan Owens, you are more than welcome to come run wild on a future episode of WellsMania Podcast, brother. I have been trying
to
get him on.
Break the internet.
Dude, him and I, people say we look alike, so we need to debunk the theory that we're not the same person. Speaking of theory, I already debunked the theory that I am not Austin Theory when I met him last year.
You're Paul Heyman. You're ECW Paul Heyman. I've said this.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get extreme. But Alan, thank you for stopping by here, brother. And if you guys have any comments in the chat, throw them up there. I'll do my best. Like this one right here, WellsMania got that polling power.
Oh,
okay. I mean,
please be nice to me if you comment on me. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I don't have polling power. I just give people an opportunity
to comment in the building. Comment in the building.
Oh boy, here we go. What is this? Kyle asked Mike why he got baited by Sonny with the meta glasses. We just recover in that, and you had no idea. You had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, no. So like, I shouldn't like, because like I asked him. So like, I think it's just more just like I'm not used to these meta glasses. So if I see somebody with it doesn't like resonate. Even, and then what's funny and ironic is I mentioned like, oh, did you record it? But and then at the same time, not Redder's like, oh, he could be recording this. And like, it's funny too because I don't know if he puts his face out that often, but like right when I saw him, I'm like, I've seen this guy before. So like, he's obviously had to put his face out there too. I would assume because right when I saw him, like, I've seen this guy before. But yeah, I just, it's just one of those things where because like I said, the only thing I felt bad about was unintentionally, talking about Green Shirt Guy about like
you
where he
just
worked.
recognized his voice is what Alan said.
Yeah, so I was just like, ugh. But it's just like, it happened. You got to be aware in this day and age now.
I come from the radio world, and my 20-something years of broadcast history that I have. We always learned at a very early age. The camera's always on, the mic is always on,
Mhm.
and anytime you see a phone, you have to expect that somebody's recording, especially somebody like you, BLG. I mean,
Mhm.
I watched so many people after Saturday night's main event go up to you and just fanboy on you and ask for a picture with you. And I love it. I love that you get that attention. And
Yeah, it's
there are
still
people
so
that
like
love you out there.
it's still like me. What?
I like to
But no,
add to
I
that. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go for it,
no,
Noemi.
no,
No,
I was just
good.
saying I appreciate the love. So
Yeah, the first time I met you, Brock Lesnar Guy, was actually in 2014
oh
at
shit, yeah.
Monday Night Raw. It was my first wrestling show ever. And I remember you were at peak. You had gotten
There was a
recognition in
peak of this stuff.
2012. Yeah.
Hey, you
So
packed it, big buddy.
I have a picture. I have a picture, but it's on my old phone and I can't get to it. But I remember I cried.
Yeah, if you ever find it, definitely send it. Because I remember, we met
a few times.
What was that? I remember what was that thing? Where the photo ops were for Chamber.
Oh yeah,
I
we
remember,
met
I
at the
think
Chamber. We met at an AEW show and then another random WWE show.
Mhm.
And we have a couple pictures.
You have
I always remember faces,
find
but
those
then
pictures.
I always I'll be bad. Like my worst thing is like remembering names, but I always remember. I can remember faces for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I've known Mike for a very long time. That I knew him before the Brock Lesnar gimmick took over. I knew him as Markout Man. That was like one of your early super fan gimmicks that you were getting over. And
so Markout Man was actually something I was trying to, because I didn't come up with a name right away after it happened. So I was like juggling names. So
is this
and it was actually CM Punk that
I was at Double or Nothing this weekend, and
where did the comment go? There it is. Aiden loves AEW.
I don't pick one over the other, but AEW Double or Nothing might have been the greatest wrestling show I have ever attended.
Yeah,
in my life.
It was really
It's
good.
that or WrestleMania 40. Definitely not this year's WrestleMania.
I don't watch AEW. I just don't watch it.
You have got to watch it, and it's not like you gotta watch this or you have to watch this. Watch more wrestling, especially when AEW pay-per-views are on. Some of the best bang for your buck you could possibly get, and top to bottom, this card, even the pre-show where we have Big Boom AJ was hilarious. The show was genuinely one of the greatest I've ever seen.
Double
and then Mick Foley,
chocolate cookie.
Big Foley.
Oh damn, he did.
Oh my
I took a
gosh.
shot at you. That's crazy.
Look at this right here, Kyle. You are a WWE tribalist. Let's be real, dude. My loyalty does lie with WWE. I will be the first to admit it that WWE is my go-to wrestling show. Now I am open to watch other promotions. I did watch WCW a lot back in the day when I was a kid. So
I wasn't born, Kyle. It's too long ago.
No, you were not. Watch AEW, Kyle. Whiskey Radio TTV. I will. And it's not like I haven't watched it before, because you guys want to know. This is my vent session right here. You want to know why I don't really like tuning into AEW? Because Jungle Boy stole Mega Mondo's entrance music, and it just really has rubbed me the wrong way. Because Mega Mondo came out to Tarzan Boy by Baltimora well before the Jurassic Express came out to Tarzan Boy by Baltimora. Now, because Mega Mondo is a local independent wrestler here in Indiana, and nobody knows him on the national level like they know a Jungle Jack Perry, of course, the second that music hit, my phone blew up. The OGs were like, oh my God, I thought it was Mega Mondo. But ever since that moment, now every time I go to a live show and I'm performing as Mega Mondo, people think it's that jabroni Jack Perry. And no, it's me, the OG, Mega Mondo, the first to come out to Tarzan Boy by Baltimore. Am I salty? Yes. But there you go. Now you know why I have a hard time watching AEW, because they stole Megamondo's entrance music. Now, if they bring Megamondo in to join
Hey,
Jurassic,
rumors has it you might be on the bus.
I'm just saying. So, Tony Khan, I know you watch WellsMania Podcast. If you want to sign Megamondo, then you will get me to watch AEW.
Megamondo's all elite. I can't wait for that graphic.
Dude, that would be insane. What's this? Megamondo could be feuding with Jack Perry if he played his cards right. Tell me more, Whiskey. Tell me more. What cards do I need to play? Do you know somebody who could get me a booking in AEW? Let's go. But real quick before we move on to something that I did not think I was going to see today, that is a very unicorn type meet and greet. Finishing touches on Saturday night's main event. Now, Aiden, you were not there, but I have to ask, how did Brock Lesnar Guy, Noemi, and how did we sound on Peacock?
The crowd sounded good. I think that might be my favorite part of the show. Watching the show, I can't say it was a great one. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just going to be completely transparent. I thought the matches were okay, but it just very much felt like here you go. And the one big match I wanted to see, hoping Ethan were to beat Penta, I thought that was really nice and exciting. Penta just kind of beat him clean. It wasn't even the main event, so I'm like, what are we doing here? And that whole Vision debacle, I knew we were going that way, but like main eventing it, just to be like,
yeah, because we all thought that Ethan Page versus Penta. I mean, the majority of us thought that was going to be the main event for Saturday night's main event. And then when we saw that it wasn't, I'm like, well, there goes Ethan Page. He's not winning now. Penta's going to retain, and that's exactly what happened. But
is Alan speaking facts? Did you think it was the best show ever?
Is that what Alan said?
Yep.
Alan said probably thought.
Oh my God.
Well,
he's such a baiter.
No, but here I got one for you for this comment. Carson Drake, if you are watching this episode of WellsMania Podcast, Megamondo has some unfinished business with you, Carson Drake. So you want to talk about NWA? I'm very familiar with some of those jabronis in NWA, Carson Drake. So just saying. See, look, WellsMania knows. Or should I say Megamondo knows? But yeah, I enjoyed Saturday night's main event. My crowd was very rowdy, but then again, Allen County War Memorial Coliseum, or as the Fort Wayne locals call it, the Coliseum, it was rowdy in there. But I do have one complaint. The seating is a little tight. Little tight in there.
Yeah, it was really bad.
You saw my row of meaty men. We were all sitting on top of each other. Poor little Peanut Stone Pain Productions. He was like this in between Chris and I. And Chris and I, we both combined for like 600 pounds. So
I think me and Mike are kind of spoiled with the Allstate Arena, because I feel like every seat in that arena is very good.
Mm-hmm.
But like when it comes to sitting on like the upper levels and stuff, it does get a little tight if you're not like on the first or second row.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
always
even like floor seating too.
Yeah, you just never know what you're going to run into when you go to a show, because it can also not just how the seating's arranged. It could depend on who's sitting next to you, who's sitting to the left, to the right of you. It's you unfortunately don't know until you get there. So there's definitely been some situations I've been in, even when it's like a good seat and I'm just like completely uncomfortable and I'm just like, oh God, and you just like instantly realize like, why the hell did I come out here?
Yeah.
And then to kind of piggyback on what Aiden was saying earlier, I was actually kind of like, should I go out to the show? I definitely had fun at the show. The crowd was really hot, honestly. It was like I was actually surprised with how hot that crowd is. I was going to ask you, Kyle, have you been to shows at Fort Wayne before?
That was my first. I mean, I went to a Heroes and Legends show back in 2018, but that was my first WWE show in Fort Wayne.
Okay. So. Yeah, I actually remember the first time I ever went to Fort Wayne was all the way back in 2008. It was actually on my birthday. I got to see Undertaker wrestle at a house show, which was really, really cool. Wow. So I got to see him there, and I've been there for like a handful. Like I've been there for like maybe 3 or 4 house shows, and then they actually did a Monday Night Raw there long time ago. I feel like they've done other TVs there before, but that was like I think that was the only TV taping prior to Saturday that I've been to there. So it's an interesting way of getting there, because as you know, Naomi, it's like you got to like take the highway, but then you got to take that USA, I think, was it Route 30, you got to take in all the way.
Yeah, it was really long.
Yeah, and it's like it's
The
what's
straight
irritating
shot.
too. It's like you like those traffic lights. Like you'll be like speed limit 65, and then all of a sudden it's 35, and it's like, oh shit.
Yes.
And there was a lot of cops out there too, so you got to be
They'll
careful.
get you.
Mhm.
Those Indiana State Troopers, they will get you.
Yeah, it's-
Kyle, what did you rate the show? Alan Owens, my man, Alan Owens. I love that Alan Owens is a big participant in this episode. Honestly, I would probably rate the show maybe a 5 or a 6 out of 10. I mean,
I was about to say, if you say something like an 8, I'm
No,
gonna have to
no.
take a walk over there for a minute, because that would have been diabolical. All respect to the talent, but they did not book them in any good way.
I do love that we got 3 women's matches to the 2 men's matches. I thought that was a really cool aspect to the show, that the women got all that love.
Yes.
If you want to count Becky versus Sol Ruca as a match, I was a little disappointed with
I
that
knew that
one.
was coming as soon as they booked it, because I'm like, they're not doing 5 matches. They got too many ads for that. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
really?
But
And they didn't even do it right. I've never seen in wrestling them actually call that a DQ. Never in my life. And then it's like,
thank
oh,
you,
now
Alan.
we
Alan respects it. Alan respects my 5.6 rating of Saturday night's main event. Look at this. Alan's coming around. Kyle just cooked. I mean, I love this. I love pin that. I'm actually gonna screen record this, so that way that the internet will have this forever. Alan Owens just said that Kyle, WellsMania just cooked. And there's your WellsMania pod clips on the TikTok right there. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed Saturday night's main event. I thought the crowd was hot. The show was a little mid, but I did enjoy my time in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Now, something that crossed earlier, I have to throw this out there, and I think this now. WWE Clash in Italy is this Saturday. We will get to our predictions, and I really wanted to have Brock Lesnar Guy on this episode because Brock Lesnar is going to be back in action. He's not retired. We will get to that here in just a few.
I wonder where they got that storyline for him to leave and come back.
From you, 100%.
Hey, 3 weeks later, man. You know, he just had
but this right here, something that I did not think I was going to see today. There will be a Brock Lesnar. This is real. I want to preface that this is real from the verified Emerald Park Home Hardware Facebook page, located in Canadians out there. I'm going to botch the hell out of this city.
I had so much trouble trying to like look up where this place was.
Saskatchewan, Canada. Did I get that right, Aiden? Yeah. Saskatchewan?
Yes. He said it on TV. So, I mean, if that's how Brock Lesnar and Sami Zayn say it, I'm going to take their word for it.
but yes, May 28th.
Isn't Saskatchewan the like the province, and then I think it's Saskatoon is like the town.
I'm not that Canadian now. I don't know.
It's because word is it's like I think it's Saskatoon, honestly, I shouldn't even be speaking because I have no idea. Because I saw Saskatchewan, but then I saw Saskatoon, but it's like it's both. I don't know.
I only know what I know, and I saw Saskatchewan, Canada. Brock Lesnar is doing a meet and greet from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Wow.
Yeah, and Brock Lesnar Guy. I know that you threw this out there on your social media, but Aiden, Noemi, and our job right here, right now, is to convince Brock Lesnar Guy to go to Saskatchewan,
take a flight,
Canada.
Oh my gosh, please, because then you guys can do the picture with that, your little pose.
No, I'm so serious. I can't. If Brock Lesnar did that pose, I think we'd all give Mike a round of applause. I can't envision Brock Lesnar doing poses, let alone that. But if he did it, I would sit here, applaud it, and be like,
I think Brock would do that pose with Mike. I really do, because
if he knows who he is.
Brock definitely knows.
Yeah, if he does.
who Mike is. There's no way that Brock Lesnar doesn't know who the Brock Lesnar Guy is. It's like LA Knight Girl with LA Knight. Yeah, LA Knight knows. He knows who LA Knight Girl is. Trust me, she's made that a point. Brock Lesnar Guy, you have got to go up to Saskatchewan, Canada, Saskatoon, north of the border, Mountie country. You have got to go where the health insurance flows like the pancakes and syrup and everything else Canadian that is beautifully in red, white, and their flag with the maple leaf on it. You have got to go up to Canada and do this once in a lifetime, because how many other opportunities do you think you will ever get for a meet and greet with
Have
Brock
you ever
Lesnar?
even seen a Brock Lesnar meet and greet in your life?
No.
So there has been, it's like, and I said, I don't even remember the context I've seen and I know he did like a handful of them, like in his first run back in WWE. I've seen pictures of it.
Thank you, Pluggo. Thank you.
And I think he's done like a couple with like UFC, I want to say, like over the years. And then and I think like same situation, like coming up on Thursday, I think he's done like, it's like the most random thing. It'll be like last minute. So I can't like make like, I can't plan it for 2 months because I won't know until like 2 days beforehand, which is like this situation.
Alan
But like I
Owens
said, no,
met him in
it's
2002.
rare.
I can vouch. He's told me this story. He has. That's genuinely true.
But I think it's just kind of becoming like a running joke with me now, as this whole thing with me being known as Brock Lesnar Guy to this day. Because the thing happened back in 2012, and now here we are.
Is that a meet and greet right there?
I still haven't.
Oh man, the only one I know is when he hit a fan with the car door that got a meet and greet.
Which I was actually at that show, by the way. That was in Chicago, actually.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Do you guys know how much it is? Because I feel like that's
so from the looks of it, it just looks like, so you know how like they do like those Cricket Wireless sign-ins where it's just like first come first serve. It seems like that's what the situation is.
I figure you have to buy the thing that has this name and face on it.
Possibly, yeah.
That's what my brain would tell me with how they work. But
there's no, for what I've seen,
there's no age restriction on this, right?
There's no
reason, because at one of the Wheatley things I had to buy this, which was signed to meet Charlotte and Alexa. So I'm assuming
if you buy a bag of chips and meet Brock Lesnar, I think that's a pretty good deal.
I think that is.
I think he's on the bag of chips too, if I'm correct.
Yes, he is.
There's Brock Lesnar on it.
And I'm never opening that bag of chips. I'm gonna have him autograph it, and that bag is remaining sealed for the rest of my time on this planet.
He's just save for Theo. Don't worry.
Exactly. So, Theo will get that when I pass away. Now listen to what's going on. For any Canadians out there who might be going to this meet and greet, this sounds like a pretty cool opportunity, not just to meet Brock Lesnar, but they're doing a customer appreciation barbecue where you will get free pulled pork on a bun. I mean, come on now, free pulled pork on a bun. But wait, there's more. They're doing a Pit Boss Smoker giveaway where you enter in store for your chance to win this Pit Boss Smoker giveaway. No purchase necessary. You just got to show up and enter the giveaway. And as far as I know, it does not look like it costs anything to go to this Brock Lesnar meet and greet, except for your time and your patience. And for a Brock Lesnar meet and greet, you might as well go now. The second you see this, go now and camp out like it's Black Friday, because you know that line is going to be insanely long.
I mean, respectfully, I don't know how many people live over there, but
see, that's the thing too. There's so much to put in consider. Like, obviously, if this was in like
what's the furthest you think someone's going to travel with this? Respectfully, probably being, 2 days out.
And I don't think WWE's advertising it. So when you minus that, like, obviously, it's going to be heavily, it's already circulating in the wrestling community. But I think with the situation, how like in the middle of nowhere. Now, like I said, I'm not saying that it could still be a massive line. I think it's just one of those things. Like, who the hell knows how it's going to be. And I think one of the big factors, like, I know you're convincing me to go. One big reason I think it's not worth it as far as how last minute it is. It's just, if you've ever been to like one of those cricket sign, which I've never actually personally been to one of those, but I know people will get there. Like, I'm talking like, I think, sometimes maybe a day before the signing starts. So it's like, is there even a guarantee that I'll get him, because like, who knows, like, even if I get there, like, let's say 6 hours beforehand, is there still going to be a shit ton of people where they'll have to cut it off beforehand? It's just,
do you have anything going on the rest of the week?
I could. So it's not about the timing. Like I could pull it off as far as that. Like I said, like I just said,
I'm trying over here. I'm trying.
I don't know. Like I feel like it would just be more like I would need like a guarantee that like I would get an interaction with him as far as like I get there and then all of a sudden there's too many people to accommodate and then he cuts out. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's too much of an unbalanced situation as far as like if I live 2 hours away, I mean 1,000%. But you know, it's just I looked it up, 19-hour drive, or a $1,300 round trip flight. So it's
Wow.
like
If you go to this meet and greet, Aiden, Noemi, and we will come up with something that we will have to do. Now, I would say
don't stop my name nowhere. I didn't
would
sign up for
say-
this.
I would say I'd shave my head if you go to this, but I'm already bald.
I'm not
Cut your beard off.
Who you got? That's Mrs. WellsMania's department right there.
I got you. Ready?
I lost the rights to my
wants do
beard a
something for
long
himself,
time ago.
If you go to meet Brock Lesnar, he's not gonna eyebrow slit. There you go.
Wait, Alan, is he going to Italy? I'm pretty sure he is.
Alan
But,
Woods is
man,
going to Italy.
I don't know, but I don't know how like a lot of these people, like I'm still hurting from WrestleMania. Like that's a lot of money. Like $1,300 to fly
He's
to
not
Canada.
going to Italy.
Oh, okay. Well,
Alan
SummerSlam.
Owens, are you going to Saskatchewan, Canada to meet Brock Lesnar guy? I mean, Brock Lesnar. You know what's really
Brock Lesnar guy said a meet and greet, bro. I got paid to meet him. That's diabolical.
Do you think he
Wherever-
might have something for SummerSlam?
Possibly.
So
Possibly.
I think so for me, I think it's just like I don't know anything, and like this could very well be this could very well maybe be the only opportunity I would have, and I'm aware of that. However, I just instincts telling me that I think there could be another way.
Were you there
Yeah.
the day that Vince was in the hotel lobby in Indianapolis? Were you in that lobby the day that I met Vince?
Oh yeah.
McMahon? I thought you were. That right there is one of the most rare, like when you think about the most rare, that wasn't even a meet and greet. That was just a lucky to be there at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do think of wrestlers that are on that unicorn level, I mean, Brock Lesnar has to be right up there at the top, right?
I'd say the number one as far as like professional wrestling.
And
Because I'm literally trying to think. Like honestly, like I know he's passed away now, but like, did Macho Man do appearances really? I feel like he'd be like another one.
5 years old, I couldn't tell you.
I think Macho Man did do appearances back in the 90s because
And in the 90s is kind of different because it was such a different world back then.
Yeah,
but as far
era.
and what Macho Man, he passed like what 15 years ago now. So
21.
obviously even it was still kind of different back then. But
yeah,
but as far as like I guess maybe people that are still around today, like I mean, I feel like almost anyone, you know, if you applied, you can beat them somewhere, somehow. But like Brock, it's just because he never does like the accesses or the world now that you call it.
so here you go. I mean, I think you're answering your own question. You are going to somehow make it to Saskatchewan, Canada to meet Brock Lesnar.
and he did. I don't know if you saw it. Because I know Green Shirt Guy posted a video of it. I think they only did it for like the top tier on location people. They got to meet Brock backstage at WrestleMania this year.
Oh
Shout
my
out
God.
to all those on location top tier goers.
I would say,
the
yeah,
long,
Macho
the
was,
long
by the
beard
way.
guy, Carrie, Green Shirt Guy, the guy who looks like Michael Scott, Sean. You know who I'm talking. I met him at Squared Circle Expo, and dude, I marked out when I saw him. I was like, my wife and I think you look like Michael Scott. Please, or Steve Carell. Please tell us you get that all the time. And he's like, oh yeah, I get that all the time. So, shout out to Sean if you're watching WellsMania Podcast. Now let's get in. We're talking about Brock Lesnar. He will be in action this weekend in Italy. Before we dive into our predictions, I do have to ask Brock Lesnar guy. Did WWE copy your retirement angle with Brock Lesnar? Is that what we're running with here?
Well, it's so funny because that was December 31st. I posted the video originally, and then I made my Michael Jordan esque return at Elimination Chamber at end of February. So that was 2 months. So
Hey,
he
don't
did
worry,
it what
we call
within
it
a
the Ric
month.
Flair. We call it the Ric Flair. It's what they do.
Woo!
I mean, I've been telling people unless your name is John Cena, you don't truly ever retire. Maybe
This is
AJ
I
it.
Styles, maybe I guess Shawn Michaels you can't technically count because he did come back for one
What are you,
match, but
what are you
Sold
talking?
out.
That never happened. What you talking
And-
about?
That bald fraud sold out.
yeah, we honestly,
And I-
yeah, let's not even acknowledge that one. So
Go
and
ahead,
I've been
Noemi.
seeing a lot of backlash like on your comments and stuff, and I'm just
Yeah,
there
what's new?
like, man, like I feel like from what I've seen is that you're going to more local shows and not so like going to other countries, going like to farther states, but you will be going to like the big four.
yeah, and like honestly, like there. So I will say, as far as what I did, there was a lot of real life into it. And what I did was, I'm like, oh, let me make it interesting. I may never tell the full story about like what was really going on, but
In your
behind the
tell-all
scenes or
book.
whatever, or
The
in my
tell-all
true
book you
real
will.
life. But there was a lot of real stuff going on. But then I always live my life as like, you only live once, and I'm kind of like I'm approaching it differently. Let's just say that. Like I said, I can't really explain. It's like I said, I don't know if I ever go into the full story, but there was a lot of real life involved. So
Well, we are glad to have you back. You will not be there in Italy, though.
I will not, even though I had some. I'm like, are you coming to Italy? I'm like, little short notice. I mean, I did just get my passport for the first time last year when I went to Elimination Chamber in Toronto,
There you
which I'm
go.
actually wearing the shirt. Or no, this is
Mm.
Chicago actually.
I'm getting mine
But
soon because I really want to go to Canada. That's like my dream to
Mhm.
go to a wrestling show out
Oh.
there. So
You know
yeah,
who will be in
I always
Canada?
wanted to go to Toronto, and
Brock
the
Lesnar
fact,
guy. He'll be in Saskatchewan, Canada.
I mean, hey,
but let's-
I'm passport ready.
And with
So.
that maple syrup and that what are the fancy fries called? It just slipped my mind.
I'm not sure, but I have always wanted authentic Canadian maple syrup. I have always wanted it because
we're
I
gonna have
hear
to
it's
ask
so.
Santi.
Yeah, I hear it's so much different than the syrup that we have here in the States. Like I hear it's a whole different ball
Poutine.
game of syrup up there.
Yeah, I got that poutine in Canada.
Oh, there you go. Alan Owens with the poutine. Poutine pie. How about some poutine pie? This Zach, let me get you up here, Zach, because I'm not ignoring anybody. There's just a lot of comments going, and I'm on a time crunch here. Got to get done by 6:00, so we've got 15 minutes left. That's what happens when you're a dad. You gotta condense your balance. You gotta balance your free time. National Blueberry Cheesecake Day. Thank you, Zach, for sharing that with everybody. I appreciate that, Zach. I do love me some blueberries. I'm not a big cheesecake guy, so. But what's going on there, Tribal Menace, the artist formerly known as the Tribal Jester? He is now the Tribal Menace. So, in case you're wondering, that's the same guy. But let's talk about Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. Is Brock going to get revenge on Obafemi, or is Obafemi going to beat Brock Lesnar once again? And this is not, for the record, the most anticipated rematch ever. Nah. The most anticipated rematch ever was twice in a lifetime, John Cena versus The Rock. I'm just saying.
I was at that
Oh.
rematch, by the way.
I was at the original. I was at the OG when
I
John
got the
lost
shirt
to The
on.
Rock.
My favorite
look at-
WrestleMania
Oh, shit.
ever.
You came prepared. I mean, that's where the WellsMania podcast
What's
logo
your
came
favorite match
from.
from that? Was your favorite match Team Teddy versus Team Johnny?
Oh my gosh. Don't get me
Poor-
started because I'm a really big Zack Ryder fan. Like
Say, poor Zack
2012 was
Ryder.
like I cried when
Whoa.
Eve Torres kicked him in the nuts. I was like,
Yeah. Poor Zach. Poor Zach.
I was like 13, okay? Like I was going through it.
Yeah, Zach
For
has
some
it so
people,
bad
the Holy
right
Grail
now.
is the Kardashians breaking up. No, our Holy Grail was Zack Ryder and Eve Torres broke up at WrestleMania.
Yes.
But we got that roses are red and violets are blue.
He is doing pretty good for himself right now.
Yes.
Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah, I just got this really cool figure of Matt Cardona.
Nice.
I do love your setup there, Noemi. You got a lot of cool stuff in your background over there. Your collection is really awesome, by the way.
Thank you.
And
trying.
Noemi carries around the women's WWE title, and I told her, I said, you got to defend that, right? You know, what if somebody comes up to you at a show and says, you know, I want to go one-on-one with
Yeah,
the
she did
title.
Money in the Bank.
I know. I'm waiting for.
I said that to Noemi, and she said, "Well, I'll hit you with the riptide." And I'm like, "Okay, say no more. I don't want to challenge you anymore."
Listen, I would pay
want to
Rhea
get
to
hit with the
riptide me.
I mean, I'm a lot of weight, but I think Rhea Ripley could probably riptide me. But we'll leave it at that.
You know what's interesting? I've seen her do pictures in meet and greets where she actually puts like not lift you up, but like the starting position. I saw like a couple photos.
Yo, this weekend,
Which is kind of like
Hog-
it's an interesting position. I've actually seen her. Have like guys have done the picture with her too. I'm like, oh,
Wow.
interesting.
She's strong.
There's one woman this weekend I saw at Hog, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, damn. I would never want to like even say nothing remotely back, and she could probably kick my ass. Lean across, I was like taller than me. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not. Let me sit over here and just shut up.
This is going back to Eve Torres. Yes, Zach called her a hosky back in the day, a hosky. But
man, because she was kissing around John Cena.
Oba Femi or Brock Lesnar? Who we got?
This is a lose.
It's I mean it's Brock Lesnar this time because I feel like what's going to happen here, it's going to be a rubber match type situation. He'll win and then it's going to take over to SummerSlam. And if not, it's going to be Gunther. It's going to be one of the two.
Yeah, I do think Gunther versus Brock is destined for SummerSlam, and I think that's where Brock will officially retire when Gunther makes Brock Lesnar pass out.
And I have the question: could he still be sticking around after this now, or are we still assuming that he's retiring at SummerSlam?
Maybe he can be an ambassador like Cena is.
Was he ambassador?
But I don't know.
Bro, he's going hunting. He ain't coming back.
Yeah.
What do you think Brock Lesnar is?
We're gonna lose him back to the hunting season. I mean, if you're going to that meet and greet, that's the last time you'll get a chance to meet him.
You ain't gonna think shit.
But
I wish I could say you're the only one that's trying to convince me, but I have so many other people. A lot of pressure.
Get that Brock Lesnar pose on in Saskatchewan, Canada. That's going to be one of the most epic photos, dude. I'm not kidding you.
Go viral.
I figured out what I'm going to do if you do this for the rest of the year. I will tweet that every single day. I will tweet that picture out every single day. Theodore, hi. My son just smiled at me. He's in here. Theo, you want to make an appearance real quick? Theo, you want to talk Brock Lesnar guy into going?
Theo Mania is running wild, ladies and gentlemen.
Future WWE champion right there.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's so cute.
He says, Brock Lesnar guy, you're going to Canada to meet Brock Lesnar.
See, how can I say no to that face?
Right? Yeah. WellsMania 2.0 right here in the flesh. See, that's translation. You better go to Canada, Brock Lesnar guy.
I think that might have been promo of the year.
Right here, future WWE superstar.
Rick is saying shaking in his boots right now. Oh, you heard that.
We were watching you guys for a second.
Oh, you were watching on the live stream? Thank you. I appreciate that. We are live, pal, here, episode 216, where you never know who's going to make an appearance on WellsMania Podcast. But you know what? I think you're right, Mike. I'm going with Brock Lesnar to get one back on Oba because now Oba can lose. He couldn't lose at Mania. I think Oba had to beat Brock at Mania, and he did. Now that he's got that massive WrestleMania win under his belt, he can now lose one back to Brock Lesnar. It doesn't hurt Oba. If anything, I think it'll motivate Oba even more to get one more over on Brock, which I think he will. I think Brock will inevitably put Oba over one more time to end this feud. That's kind of what I think is going to happen. Aiden, Noemi, what do you guys think?
This is a lose-lose situation. I don't know who this benefits because Brock Lesnar doesn't gain a thing from beating Oba Femi. And Oba Femi only loses anything from losing, but Oba winning then does nothing because, like, we're not going to run it back. You just did this whole fake retirement angle to cause absolutely nowhere to be done. And I think we all inevitably see that we might get a third match. If I were to book this, I would have put another match on Clash in Italy. That way we could have done this as, like, some angle where Brock just beat the shit out of him. No match ever happened. That way you can you can get the visual of, yeah, Brock beat him, but like he didn't actually pin him or anything. Then we can maybe get another match in here. And it's like, oh, that's how we would set up a future. I don't like the fact that Brock has to beat him. because Obafemi, there's no reason he should have lost at all until it was putting someone else over and using that momentum he had. I feel like now we're just putting a block in him before it's even getting off the tracks, and it's like, why?
Yeah.
I think Brock's going to win. I would think Oba should win for Oba's current run, but again, I don't even see who this benefits. So I just think this is a really bad situation to be put in.
What about you?
And I feel like if Brock were to lose again, then I feel like that kind of tells you that's going to be Gunther at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I agree. I think maybe Oba will get the 2 out of 3, so Brock will probably beat him in Italy. But I think Brock is definitely putting him over at the end of this feud, especially because he is a beast and he will be a huge star. So we'll see how it goes.
I still can't get over how Obafemi, and he hasn't when you think if you minus NXT, he hasn't done anything on the main roster, but yet his aura and when he comes out, it is absolutely mind blowing in the sense of the fact that he really even if you don't you discount because he was already getting that reaction before his match at Mania. And now he's now it's like Apex.
Madison Square Garden was probably the loudest I've heard an arena rocking. When Obafemi came out, I was like,
they had the Oba strut there in Fort Wayne.
Yes,
I can't stand it. I am not a fan of the Oba strut. I'm gonna be. I might be one of the few that says this, but you will never catch me doing that stupid Oba strut dance. I'm never gonna do it.
Wells. We just hate fun here.
I love fun, but I'm not going to look like an idiot doing the Obafemi strut.
So would you go up to Obafemi and say he looks like an idiot to his face?
I sure would. I got nothing to lose. I got everything to gain. Obafemi, you are an idiot with that.
You see that arm you got? Look at the other one. Don't worry. Oba's about to be like, "Pop, buddy."
That's right.
You through the ring.
Forget Jack Perry. I'm coming for you, Obafemi. That takes us to another match here on the card for the women's I think so. I don't know. It might not be. It might be. I have a hard time with this women's intercontinental title.
No, this is for the other one was definitely not. This one definitely is.
So for the women's intercontinental title, we've got Becky Lynch. That's my son in the background there. Versus Sol Ruca. And I think... Do we put the IC title on Sol Ruca or do we keep it on Becky Lynch? What do you guys think?
You know what I think? Or no, you can go.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I think I like what Becky is doing with the newcomers on the main roster, like that whole thing we had with Lyra last summer. And putting her over and then, obviously getting the title back. I think at some point Sol will get that title, or at least a mid-card title, just because she is over right now too. I think a lot of people love her. I mean, in my section when she came out, everyone was cheering for her, was like, I'm so excited for this match. And then that happened. And they were all disappointed. So I'm hoping.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Kyle, we got screwed in Fort Wayne with that match. I was just like, are you kidding me? I haven't even watched it back on TV. So I know she was going for the soul snatcher, but then so what? Becky threw her in the way, and that's why.
It looked like, at least from my memory, Becky grabbed Jessica to put her in the way. But I don't. I think there was a miscommunication.
Yeah, there was some sort of because I almost feel like she's kind of botched it. Sol did, but I couldn't even tell because it was just
botch. Because at the end of the day, it's art, and I feel like there are things where
and not to call it a botch because I honestly hate calling botches, but I just didn't I didn't know what else to call it. So
I think what happened was simply she went to pull Jessica, and I think sometimes the recipient of the direction is they kind of gotta give a little more, and I feel like if Becky didn't forcefully grab her, Jessica might not want to go too much. I mean, I know she's only done a little bit of training. I don't know.
So was she actually supposed to take the Snow Snatcher, Jessica?
I think so. It felt like that, or at least a little smoother looking. It looked a little rough, especially on Jessica. I thought she landed on her. I'm like, that's not good. It seems like she's all right. I don't think she reffed yesterday, at least from my memory. Maybe she did.
Enough is enough with this Jessica Carr, Becky Lynch. There's only one place to settle, and that is in the middle of the ring. So give me Becky Lynch versus Jessica Carr for the Intercontinental title. That is what I want.
Dude, if a referee becoming like an actual wrestler, and then
Jessica Carr's a wrestler.
She's a
know.
wrestler. She
Hasn't
had
a referee
match, right?
become like hardcore champion before? I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like
Oh.
But here's what I want to happen. I want Jessica Carr to get involved again because you know it's going to happen. But I want Becky to just be like, enough is enough. You versus me. I'll put my title on the line to prove that I am the greatest Intercontinental champion of all time. Because she is. I'm not just
not
saying
just her
it.
saying it. Everyone's saying it.
Yeah, you're not just saying it. Sports Illustrated is not just
the
saying
world's
it.
saying it. Everyone's telling
Fightful Select's not just saying it. Chris Van Vliet's not just saying it. But we right here on the WellsMania podcast, we are saying it. So I'm going with Becky Lynch to retain the Women's Intercontinental title, beating Sol Ruka.
Yeah.
Aiden, you agree?
I think Sol should win. I don't like how we're getting there because I feel like it would have been nice to see Sol actually pick up a win on the damn Monday Night Raw before. I feel like just having these little weird shenanigans and she just loses every match. It's like, I see what we're doing here. I don't like it because you're trying to build sympathy for Sol Ruka already, which not every character needs sympathy. Majority of wrestling characters should not have sympathy. It's just more so you need to believe in them. And I feel like a win could have been nice. There's enough talent on Raw to go by and go through where you could have just had her beat someone clean. At least get that familiar with our face, but Sol should probably win. I'm going to predict Sol.
Ooh, okay. And did everybody get their pick in for this match?
Oh no, I'll go with Sol. I don't know if I said actually.
Yes. Yeah,
So-
I want Sol to win too.
I'm the only one that's got Becky winning and retaining?
Listen, as a Becky fan, I met Becky. Becky's actually right there on my wall. Becky's the greatest of all time. The person who I think I've met had the most aura. I'm not even joking. I was like, yeah, we're in a different room now. Becky, the man is in the building. All right.
Yeah,
She
I met
oozes
Becky
confidence.
too. Yeah, she was very sweet. I took a shot of coffee with her at Mania. That was awesome.
That was so sick.
Becky Lynch did tell me one time that she loves me. I'm just saying.
What?
So
We're getting context on that, pal.
I was sitting second row at a SmackDown, and Becky Lynch, this is back when she used to wear those steampunk goggles, and she threw them out into the crowd, and I caught them, and with no hesitation, I looked right back at her and I said, I love you, Becky Lynch. And then she looks right at me, still in that pose. I love you, in her accent. So yeah, I mean, Becky Lynch did say I love you to me. It's a true story. And I did get those steampunk goggles signed by Becky Lynch when I did a meet and greet in Chicago many, many years ago. And I bought her a Saved by the Bell Zach and Kelly Funko Pop because she's a big fan of Saved by the Bell. So I actually gifted her with those Funko Pops, and she was very appreciative of that. So
you got to put a picture on this on the socials, Wells. You have to bring it back.
Yeah, I got that picture of Becky, and I was going through some weird facial hair. I don't know what I was trying to do.
Video of you yesterday from the last time you were at Toys R Us with the hair. I'm like, who is this guy?
I know. I tell people that I once upon a time had long hair, and they just don't believe me because everybody only has ever known me as bald. But there are some videos and pictures of me with hair out there. But we do have another women's match, and Noemi's going to be very excited to talk about this one. And I know we're going a little over time, but I think my wife's okay. My son's okay. The WWE Women's Champion Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill. And I think Jade getting the win in Fort Wayne was much needed to give Rhea some sort of a threat going into Clash in Italy. Do we see Jade Cargill beating Mommy to become the new WWE Women's Champion? Noemi, you lead us off here.
I think Jade winning at main event was because Rhea is going to retain until SummerSlam. That's all I gotta say. It's gonna be Summer of Rhea. No Jade right now. I think it's gonna lead to. I heard a lot of speculation that it's gonna lead to Rhea versus Charlotte, and then Charlotte versus Alexa. So I don't know.
Okay.
But I think Mommy has the win on this one.
Colin is here. Colin from Fort Wayne, who I signed The Box of Cards. Colin is here. Thank you for joining. And he also says that Rhea will retain.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
I'm going to agree with you, Noemi. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. As much as I love Jade Cargill, I do think that this is the summer of mommy. Rhea's retaining, and she will not be denied on the road to SummerSlam. Brock Lesnar Guy, Aiden, going with mommy on top, or are we going to have a new champ here?
Mommy on top. 1000%.
I guess I'll be the only one. I think Jade's picking up this win. Not for a long time. I think Rhea's going to get it back, but I think we're about to do some fun thing like, hey, we don't do it often. Let's flip the title back and forth real quick.
Just like back in the Attitude Era.
Literally, I genuinely think we might get Jade to get the title back. She might get screwed or something. Rhea might get screwed or something. Then we get ourselves the Night of Champions. I think that's next pay-per-view. Then we can just get it right back on Rhea.
You just broke Noemi's heart over there.
How many times did the title bounce back and forth between Rock and Mankind?
I think it was like 12 times. For I'm not even joking.
Way too many.
But wrestling needs that. It needs a little bit of parity where it doesn't always have to be uniform. Not everyone has to hold the championship for 678 days. And it's like, oh, here's Gunther with his 13th run of having 3 years of title reign. Guy can't exist without the championship. Which I'm glad he's done so much without it. Because I'm like, finally, build on yourself. It's the thing with Charlotte Flair for years. They never put enough time and equity in their character. It was always, hey, here's the championship. This is all you got, like Charlotte Flair. Once we had to actually work on the character, it's like, damn, everyone loves Charlotte. I wonder why. Charlotte's cool.
I think Gunther and Roman definitely gave us those longevity reigns. No pun intended there with Roman. But I think we're good on those record-setting reigns. I think for now. We're good for the next 10 years. And then someone else like an Oba, Austin Theory, Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, whoever.
I can't believe you said Austin Theory in this conversation, but
it's my boy, man. I'm old. Did you see how badass Austin Theory was on Monday Night Raw?
Austin Theory was
he owned Monday Night Raw.
Pressure is in the building.
Pressure, baby. Pressure. I love me some Austin Theory, not just because we look alike, but I believe in my little brother, Austin Theory. Now, what's the main event? What is the main event of Clash in Italy? Is it Cody Rhodes versus Gunther, or is it Roman versus Jacob?
My gut tells me the match we haven't seen before, at least on the for this feud, goes last. That's what it felt like when they were presenting it, because it felt like they were presenting Roman Jacob first. I wouldn't be shocked if that is the main event because it is Roman in tribal combat. So I would put Cody Gunther in the main, especially being in that area, being closer to where Gunther's from compared to Roman and Jacob. I feel like that home audience-ish in a way would kind of go towards Gunther and them getting a better crowd reaction. So I think that should. I think everyone's going to have different opinions, but that's how I would book it.
Let's save it then. Let's save Cody versus Gunther for last. Let's go into tribal combat where Roman Reigns will not only put up the world heavyweight title, but he will put up the title of tribal chief, both on the line versus Jacob Fatu. I'm going to go ahead and keep my prediction short and sweet. There is no chance in hell that Jacob Fatu is going to be the new tribal chief this Sunday in Italy. I am acknowledging
Cody's in the first hour. I saw people say Roman was the first hour.
Okay. I'm acknowledging Roman Reigns will beat Jacob.
All right, take back everything I said. Apparently, Cody is in the first hour, so I'm completely wrong.
Did you get in?
I think that.
Did someone tell you?
Look at the comments, Wells. Alan here and confirm.
They said Cody and Rhea are, but this is the thing with Alan Owens. I never know if he's ribbing us, if he's telling us the truth over here.
Alan's not going to lie about that.
Well, let's put it up on screen so that way everybody can see.
Both.
If you're coming at WellsMania or Brock Lesnar Guy or Noemi or Aiden, don't come at any of us. Go at that guy right there, Alan Owens. They said Cody. He does. You got to admit, Alan Owens looks like Adam Sandler. Am I in the wrong right there? I think you.
I don't
see it. You see it? You'll never unsee it now. Alan Owens looks like Adam Sandler. You'll never unsee
Alan Owens looks like Alan Owens.
Well,
I can't say that I see Adam Sandler.
You can or you can't.
It does make sense to have them open ESPN. I mean, those are your two bigger faces of like WWE, like Roman, Cody, Rhea. I feel like the three people when you think of like right now, it's like they're the top of the top.
Are you talking about Adam Sandler back in the day or Adam Sandler current?
I mean,
Maybe there's a.
I would argue that Alan Owens is funnier than Adam Sandler to keep it a buck, but
dude, Alan Owens is funny.
Even though Adam Sandler's a funny guy, I like his comedy movies, but
I do love me some Alan Owens over there.
Yeah,
I'm glad that Alan's setting the record straight. Thank you very much. Cody versus Gunther is not going to main event Clash in Italy. That's from Alan Owens.
So yeah, it's got to be Roman and Jacob.
Yeah, he just made a great point to make us think he's losing. If this was 3 months into the reign, I'd feel more like better. Like Jacob could win, but like I think Roman's gonna win. The only thing I am thinking about is what does Jacob do? And I've heard like, yeah, he's gonna serve for Roman, but it's like, are we actually gonna do this like again? And if we're doing a Bloodline 2.0 type deal, is 6 months enough time like till SummerSlam to actually do this, or are we holding this for a year to maybe set up a Rock or someone bigger like an Oba Femi match?
I think Roman Reigns has to be the champion going into SummerSlam, because if you have Roman versus insert, I don't know, Oba Femi or insert Seth Rollins, Roman has to be the champion to defend the title against one of those two guys, because when you look at SummerSlam, it's going to be one of those two matches, right? Roman versus Oba, or
I've
Roman
said
versus
for a while.
Yeah, I mean, it just feels like that's what the SummerSlam matches are going to be for Roman, is either Oba or Seth Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I have Roman retaining. Aiden has Roman retaining. Brock Lesnar guy, Noemi.
Oh, Roman for sure.
Throwing up the ones here. Let's all throw up the ones. Look at this. We're all acknowledging our tribal chief.
That's a good point, Alan. If Roman had to acknowledge Jacob, I feel like that'd be an out of body experience. Like, what are we watching?
There's only one person that Roman will acknowledge, and that is The Rock. When we get that match next year in Saudi Arabia, Roman Reigns versus The Rock.
It's still mind-boggling to me that when The Rock came up, they made him the Rock, Roman Reigns. They made him The Rock's bitch, which is the stupidest thing in the world.
Yeah. But the Rock did acknowledge Roman Reigns as the tribal chief. So
Speaking of The Rock,
we did get that.
I literally got this yesterday. Speaking of,
that's cool. Is that fanny pack?
Fanny pack Rock
right there.
My mom got this for me,
dude. Shout out to your mom, by the way.
Yep.
Aiden's mom is the real MVP. So we all know that we just talked about the main event. So let's go back in time. Cody Rhodes. Pretend like we saved Roman versus Jacob last, but we got to go to Cody Rhodes versus Gunther for the undisputed WWE title.
The ring and the round.
Is this where we have Cody drop the undisputed WWE title, or is he gonna retain?
It's a 50-50 for me. I honestly think, despite everyone hating Gunther for beating John Cena, I think they want him to beat Cody just because they don't want Cody with the belt because they're tired of it. But I don't know. At Italy, I feel like it's still a little too soon.
Blaine's got a hot take here. Cody will get booed out of the building? I don't know. Is that a hot take? Because there are going to be a lot of, obviously, there's going to be a lot of international fans over there in Italy because it's in Italy. And Aiden said this earlier. I mean, that's closer to where Gunther's from than where Cody's from.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, this is home advantage for Gunther.
I mean, anyone, when you go over to the European international crowds, it's kind of home field regardless of where you're from. And like with Gunther, I feel like, I don't think it'll be 100% booze, but we'll probably get clearly a bigger reaction for Gunther, and the fans will still cheer Cody anyway.
Alan says Italy is Cody country, so
I mean, you look at the past shows they've done. I don't think.
Yeah, I was actually trying to think about when he got. I think was it his match with AJ.
Yeah,
I think they were. They were going crazy for everybody that night. I mean, I think that's they're just always loud and stuff.
In Paris,
the international fans, they love everybody. I mean, they get excited about everybody because it's awesome.
Because they don't get it as much. So when they're there, when they finally get it, they're going all out.
Yeah,
I love when WWE goes international because those fans always show up and show out overseas. No one likes France anyway.
I like the Paris crowd when they were going crazy for Styles. I like that chant they do.
I like French fries, if that counts, which I don't think it does.
The Saudi fans, he would know.
Alan says, I promise you the Saudi fans are very true to who they like and dislike. Yeah.
He was at Rumble, so he could give you a first-hand experience on legitimately everything.
The Saudi fans,
he was there.
The Saudi fans worship a loser, and that's Sami Zayn. I'm just going to throw that out there once again. Anytime I can throw Sami Zayn under the bus, you know I'm going to do it. I do not like Sami Zayn. I've never been a fan of him. I think he's boring.
He's pissed me off lately with this sympathy farming. I call him sympathy.
Dude, he's a whiny crybaby little bitch, and that's all he does is cry. You know what, Sammy? AEW is calling your name. Why don't you go cry over there?
Crybaby Sammy?
Just saying. Yeah, he's a little crybaby.
That's
bitch.
crazy to even take AEW shot at Sami Zayn.
I think I like Sammy, but when he's tagged with Kevin Owens.
Thank you. Well, that's because Kevin Owens isn't boring. Sami Zayn is, and Sammy is nothing without the bloodline. Sammy is nothing without Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn by himself is a yawn fest. So, you know what? I'm done. I'm done being negative. I'm usually very positive, but when it comes to Sami Zayn, heel WellsMania gets unlocked, and then I just start running wild. So somebody stop me. Okay. Back to Cody versus Gunther, and not the main event of WWE.
Kyle Zane over here running wild.
Oh man, no, I'm not even falling for that rage bait right there from Alan.
So will that be the opening match, or probably the Rhea match will be the opening? They always do the women's first.
They probably got open with the men's.
You think so?
Yeah.
As much as I would love for Gunther to beat Cody Rhodes, I do think Cody will retain the undisputed WWE title. I wouldn't be surprised if Gunther did beat Cody and got this mega push. You know, the dude retired John Cena. He retired AJ Styles. If he beats Cody Rhodes to become the new undisputed champion as this career killer, I mean, it'd be kind of cool. The career killer with the title, and then you got all these legends trying to be the one to beat. I mean, that might be Randy Orton wins number 15, beating Gunther.
That's also something in my head. I'm like, if Randy comes back as a heel still, then Cody's still champion. If it's a face, then I could see Gunther winning. I mean, Alan, it's if Gunther wins, I wouldn't be shocked they put on second to keep me like the allure, like, oh shit, the WWE Championship's on the line on ESPN. I got to tune in for that.
Yeah, and that would be a good way to get people to tune in for free. By the way, the first hour is free. You know, I get a lot of people bitching and complaining, a bunch of Sami Zayns out there saying, I don't want to pay to watch WWE on ESPN. Well, you don't have to if you have cable.
Guys.
Careful with the VPN chatter over there, Noemi.
That is the best way, free, because it's nothing in life is ever free.
Yeah, I mean, you do pay for your internet and your cable provider one way or the other. You are paying to watch WWE, whether you like it or not. But Brock Lesnar guy, who you got? Gunther, Cody Rhodes.
So I was thinking long and hard about it before I was about to give my answer. I think it's definitely going to be Cody. Reason being, because I think we're going to run back Cody and Randy at SummerSlam, especially after if you saw Randy's tweet not too long ago about going for number 15.
Not you, Brock. I'm shushing Alan Owens.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be Cody.
What about you, Noemi?
I agree. Cody, they're saving it for SummerSlam.
Yeah, Cody versus Randy, that definitely screams SummerSlam, which, Aiden, you're going to like this. I'm going to do my very best to go to Minnesota for SummerSlam. I've been really hyping myself up because on my bucket list is to go to the Mall of America.
Oh.
I've always wanted to go to the Mall of America because the first episode of Nitro took place inside the Mall of America.
So walk in there and be like,
yeah, I'm gonna dress up in the same outfit that Lex Luger wore.
Get a wig on you real quick.
Sure. I can try to find a wig. But I've always wanted to go to the Mall of America. And I'm a big Prince guy. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I love Prince. I'd love to go to Paisley Park, which is also in Minnesota. So I would really make a trip out of it. Go hit up Paisley Park, hit up the Mall of America, and then run wild at SummerSlam, where the Minnesota Vikings play. They're at the US Bank Stadium. I know Alan Owens will be there. Alan Owens will be there.
Yes.
Brock Lesnar guy
Oh,
will
I'll
be
be
there.
there.
Noemi
yeah.
will probably be there.
Yep.
And Aiden Chong will probably be there.
You gotta figure it out.
Yes, sir.
So I got
I'm
some time.
wondering where they're gonna have the superstore and the meet and greets. Like, because for SummerSlam last year they had it
Mall
at
of
their mall.
America. Do
But
it.
it's like
I
20
mean,
minutes.
I feel like it would have to be
stadium.
there.
Yeah.
There's so much space there. Like, I feel like it would
Okay.
have to be there.
I've never been there, so I'm excited too.
What is this?
I actually have
comment from Alan?
I have a Minnesota story if you want to hear it.
I do. Hold on. Hold that Minnesota
Oh
story.
you're good.
Kyle is so old. Oh my God. This is the type of shit old people want to do on a trip. Alan, I don't know if you know this about me, but I turned 40 in August. So take that for what you will. If 40 is old,
you got Shawn Michaels Noemi with the computer. That's fucking Wells right here.
what's your Minnesota? By the way, those are our Clash in Italy predictions.
And that's all the matches?
That's it. Those are the only 5. As of right now, episode 216 recording live. Only 5 matches on the Italy card. But Brock Lesnar guy, what is your Minnesota story over there?
So I took a trip with my parents. This was like in 2001, I think. We took a trip up to Minnesota. We went to the Mall of America. They actually used to have a little pop-up store, like a little wrestling store. It was like this little like just kiosk or whatever. And I remember I bought the original Cactus Jack shirt there, the Wanted Dead shirt. And then we went back to the hotel, and it was a Monday night. And what was really interesting was they did not have USA Network, but I watched Nitro, and it just happened to be the final episode of Nitro. So I watched I actually watched the final episode of Nitro in Minnesota, the same place where the first one was. So I was kind of like, oh, that was kind of poetic that I got to watch it on that. And I never watched WCW. I was WWF all the way. So it was actually interesting watching the final. And then I watched, like, remember they did like the simulcast at the end. So it was actually interesting watching it on the WCW end as opposed to watching it on Raw. So that was like, it was like a really like, oh, that was kind of poetic.
Yeah, that's a really cool story. I'm glad you got to experience that for sure.
Yeah.
This makes me feel old. Colin is turning 16 on Thursday. Well, Colin, you know what your birthday present is going to be. Brock Lesnar guy meeting Brock Lesnar in Saskatchewan, Canada on your birthday, May 28th. That is Brock Lesnar guy's birthday present to you, Colin. I'm gonna try. I'm trying so hard. I'm gonna be blowing up Mike's phone and be like, "So you going to Canada?"
I will say one thing though. I will say one thing. Unfortunately, I appreciate the convince me, because trust me, I was definitely kind of looking into it. I'm like, could I make this possible? It's unfortunately not going to happen. However, I don't know where. I don't know how. I will meet Brock Lesnar one day. It'll happen. It's just, I feel like it's bound to happen. It's just been a running joke for too long that, like, I've met everybody else, but I've never met Brock Lesnar.
The collab we really need.
Yeah.
What's up, Con? Con from the In Your House podcast, running wild with us right here. How you going? How you doing there, Con? How you going? It's been a long episode. I cannot talk, apparently. Mall of America will probably be 30 plus minutes from the arena. Is that arena or area?
Yes, yeah. That's what I was going to say too. I don't even know how close. And I feel like sometimes they don't really try to factor in how close everything is. Because I remember Chicago.
Fair, the mall in Jersey for SummerSlam was connected essentially to MetLife. So that was
okay.
That was cool.
So maybe
you want to know what city sucks that I went to my first ever SummerSlam? Cleveland. Cleveland sucks. Seriously, I love that Danhausen cursed Cleveland because Cleveland absolutely blows.
Go New York, go New York, go.
The Rock said it best. How did this town get the Hall of Fame? No, Cleveland doesn't rock it.
No, it totally
sucks. The Rock says Cleveland is totally lame. How did this town get the Hall of Fame. There it is. I knew it would come back to me.
I will say I do have fond memories of Cleveland because I went to the episode of Raw where Cena did his old school rap and then Rock did the concert at the end of Raw. That was
Now,
that was a
would've been
fond
worth
memory
it.
I got. So
That would have been worth it.
Where he said
Uh,
boobies.
yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, if he's getting some of that, then maybe he's under the payroll of The Rock. I don't know.
Hey, I do love me some Dwayne The Rock Johnson. That's my boy. Once upon a time, he did tweet at old WellsMania. He does know who I am, Alan. Just saying.
Damn, he might have cooked you on that next one.
Thank you. I had to remember what the line was from that Rock concert. But yeah, what's this? Same guy who ruined his favorite's retirement. Let's just skip that one. But no, this part of the show is for Brock, Lesnar Guy, Noemi, Aiden Chong. If you guys have anything else that you want to talk about before we do the go home here, and if you have any comments, questions for anybody in the chat, if you have questions, comments for anybody on the panel here, throw it out there. I'm sure they would love to answer your questions for them. But you guys got anything else you want to throw out there?
I was just
George Costanza, I got nothing.
I think we covered it all, didn't we? We nailed it.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think we kind of got everything out
I
there.
won't lie. I will say
Yes,
AEW.
what is this?
He's not lying. Being a Double or Nothing, and this isn't like a AEW versus WWE thing, but like I had a really fun time. Like for WWE, I feel like you're going more so for like the name value, seeing your favorites and whatnot. Sometimes the show can be great, sometimes the show can be bad. With AEW, I never feel like I've left like, damn, that's ass. Like it was awesome, and being able to see, and yeah, I'm going to Dynamite tomorrow. I think there's a collision taping with it too. That's going to be fun. But just being able to go with all the rowdy fans of New York, I feel like wrestling in New York is just typically better, whether it's biased or not. I just feel like the fans are always there, whether it's just like the volume of the cheers.
I
or
need to get to New York.
You could have came. You should have came for the MetLife last year, but we'll have to. Saturday's main event is at MSG coming up, and it's going to be $1 bazillion for some bum matches.
I know we're over.
I think it's funny.
My wife just came in here and gave me that look like I knew you
Hey,
were going to be done by 6.
Out of diaper,
It's true.
and I gave you the look like I knew you were gonna go over.
Yes. Listen, she knows all. Mrs. WellsMania is never wrong. Even when she's wrong, she's right. Always remember that. Always remember that. Here's one for you, Brock Lesnar Guy. How did you become the Brock Lesnar Guy? For those that might not know your legend, how'd you become the Brock Lesnar Guy?
It was a fateful night on April 2nd, 2012, where John Cena was in the ring and he called out The Rock. But we did not get The Rock. We got Brock.
I love that.
And
I love
man,
that
the energy in that ring was the energy in that arena was just an apex moment. And like honestly, everybody in that arena was insane. It was like we were all going ape shit. And I just happened to
go back and watch that.
I mean, when it first happened, I watched it back a few times. I won't lie. But yeah, I mean, of course, if I come across, I'm like, oh yeah, sure, I'll watch it again. It's still one of those pinch me moments. Like, huh? Dude, I will say, like the camera work was just perfect. Like,
excellent
just
timing.
Like it was just you can't plan. There's actually like videos out there where it's like my clip is a little bit longer than like when it was actually presented live because like it was like a quick cut, but I mean, still enough to get it in there. But they've done like edits where they've gotten me like what I looked like beforehand and everything. So that was like it's like pretty cool to see that like years later.
Where, like the cloud, you have all the fan footage of all the years.
Like, oh yeah, no. There's I've had conversations with people like with the camera guys at ringside where they have like everything. Where so I'll give you an example. So I had a sign at WrestleMania 23 where I did the 15-0 sign, but instead of the 0, I had the World Heavyweight Championship belt as the 0 because Undertaker was going for the title against Batista. So I had it up after he won the match, and like the camera guy was trying to get it, but on the live feed, there was too many fans getting in the way. You know, like you could see the sign, but you couldn't really see it. But then Backlash when they ran back the rematch, they had a clear shot of the sign in the build-up video. And I was like, holy shit. So then I remember I brought that up to one of the cameramen, and we had this like long conversation about how they have everything stored where they can go back. And even if it like didn't make it on the live feed, they could still go back and find clips that didn't make it on TV and do stuff. So I was like, oh shit, okay.
Then they need to find where I threw my custom-made 3MB t-shirt that Heath Slater caught. So remember Survivor Series when it was in Indianapolis?
Okay.
And how over 3MB was?
Yeah.
Was it 2012?
This was 2012.
Yep.
It was the night that the Shield debuted.
Yep.
And I kind of got spoiled on the Shield debuting because the night before I had met Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. And I was wondering, why the hell are those guys
Now, did you know who they were, or were you just like
I knew of them because I had seen them wrestle in FCW, and I remember seeing Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins wrestle during Fan Access down there in Miami at WrestleMania 12 in 2012. I'm sorry, not WrestleMania 12, WrestleMania 28 in 2012. So the shirt that Noemi's wearing there. So I was like, what the hell are those guys doing here? And then we found out as they ran right by me. I was sitting third row behind the announcers. They literally ran right by me and then beat the hell out of Ryback and Cena.
It's still,
history there.
I still love how it was Indianapolis where the Shield debuted. They broke up in the same building and they reunited in the same building. Like, how do you even
meant to be?
Like, how do you do that?
So you want to know the cherry on top? You have them reunite at WrestleMania when it returns to Indianapolis. That's right.
Oh, what if they had like a triple threat match for the title?
Dude, they should.
I'll take it.
Which I think they've actually had that match before,
It was
right?
at Battleground 2016.
I'd say they've never had it at WrestleMania. So that would be very poetic justice right there, having them have a triple threat match when WrestleMania returns to Indianapolis. But
someone has a question, but they haven't asked a question.
Sorry. Let me scroll down here.
They haven't said it yet, so I'm waiting to see.
I was going down memory lane here. But Aiden, while we're waiting for whoever has a question, there was something brought to my attention on the car ride up to Fort Wayne, Indiana. I rode up with Stone Pain Productions.
Okay.
Mr. I brag a lot about the followers that I have on TikTok. It's all I could talk about. I got 27,000 followers. Good for you. I'm glad. I'm very happy for you. And the 5-foot giant Chris Engel. We were driving up, and then all of a sudden, Peyton just goes off on you, Aiden. he just out of nowhere goes, you know who really's been annoying me lately? And I'm like, oh God, that could be literally anybody. Me in the back seat talking to you now on the drive up to Fort Wayne. He was like, no, Aiden Achong. And I go, okay, why is Aiden annoying you? He's like, because I heard he's been making little cheap shots towards me on past episodes of WellsMania Podcast where he wants to challenge me to a match. And I was like, okay.
Listen, I'm not the one who dug Stone Pain at WrestleMania. I saw everybody Stone Pain saw. He's the one who didn't say shit to me. If anything, he was a chong, pal.
Well, I think I know why, because you annoy him for some reason. I don't know. That's what he said to me. And I said, well, you know what? I'm going to get to the bottom of this on episode 216, which I invited Stone Pain Productions.
He heard my name and he said, nah, I can't do it.
Yeah, he said it last night on his TikTok live.
What did he say on his TikTok live?
He's like, I can't, something about Aiden throws me off or something like that.
Listen, I'm not listen. I guess I called him out for hating on the women's wrestlers, and he got mad about it.
Dude, I think there's some legit beef there between
I don't know, man.
you and Stone Pain Productions. So here is what
I'm about to pull a little page out of Richard Holiday's book at him with that signature move. If you know, you know.
Here's what I'm offering: Stone Pain Productions versus Aiden Achong inside the squared circle here in Indiana, WWT. We can make this match happen. and I'll be the special guest referee. We'll bring in Brock Lesnar Guy. He can sit ringside, and we can have Noemi also there as well, and bring out all the wrestling content creators to the Smash Mouth Arena. You know what? This is a part of my card that I've been wanting to build for the longest time.
Wrestling card.
WellsMania, like my version of WrestleMania would be all the super fans and content creators. I'll build a card and we'll make a date and people can buy tickets and come to this thing.
Oh my God.
So there's the match that I'm going to book for you, Aiden, is Stone Pain Productions versus Aiden Achong. Noemi, I'll find you an opponent. Brock Lesnar Guy, I'll find you an opponent. I'm sure there's somebody out there that you want to go one-on-one with. And
I think we're going to have to get Kyle Wells versus Alan Owens. I mean, come on, the story tells itself.
I would love it. WellsMania versus
I'm not
Alan
gonna lie.
Owens.
With a guy with 0 points in his fantasy lineup, he put belt to ass on you still in the fantasy league.
Yeah. That no.
Y'all can just
Alan
see in his
Owens.
face, the veins are popping. Kyle is not happy that Alan beat him with a hole in this lineup because he couldn't log in.
There was one thing that I didn't want to happen to me in the fantasy football league, and that was to lose to Alan Owens in the playoffs. And that's the one thing that happened to me is I lost to that no good Alan Owens in the fantasy football playoffs. And you know who the champ is? Brock Lesnar Guy and Noemi. You want to know who the champ is of that league?
Yours truly.
You're looking at him.
Oh
Aiden
shit.
Achong.
Okay.
Yeah,
Almost
so-
2 games all season. Put
Do you-
belt to ass.
Do you two, Mike and Noemi, do you guys play fantasy football by chance?
I don't.
No.
I honestly don't even watch football. So unfortunately, my only sports days that I had were when I was a kid with the Chicago Bulls dynasty in the '90s. I think when you experience something like that, it's just like I just fell out of
Peaked at a
sport.
very early
I fell out. So in '98, their last championship run, I fell out of sports, and then I fell into sports entertainment. So
Well, so did the Bulls. The Bulls fell out too.
yeah. So yeah.
Sorry, that's not a cheap shot to the Bulls.
No, I
They
mean,
have
no,
not won a-
you're not telling any lies
Listen,
there
they got
for
the
sure.
fourth pick
So
this year. They moved up in the lottery. Things are seemingly going their way.
You know who's going to win the championship? It's going to be the New York Knicks, Aiden, right there in your home.
I can't say
state.
I'm a Knicks fan, but I'm a New Yorker, so I damn right I want to
Oh,
see
yeah.
the Knicks. I think that'd be cool to see. Come on now.
Mhm.
You know what would be really cool?
Best
is if
sports
it's-
fans in the world.
Kyle,
Bar
you weren't
none.
you didn't happen to be at Jordan's return in Indianapolis, were you?
I was not there. I was watching it on TV, but I was not at.
Have
Market
either of you
Square
ever
Arena.
seen Michael Jordan in person, like play?
I have once. It was, and interesting enough, it wasn't a Bulls game; it was a charity game.
You've
But I
said
still-
that one before.
I still saw him though.
I don't. I'll have to ask my dad if he ever took me, but I don't. Personally, I don't remember ever seeing Michael Jordan. But I was more of a Sean Kemp guy. That was my favorite player
Gotcha.
growing up in the '90s, and I saw Sean Kemp several times. And the one time when my dad and I were like lined up by the tunnel to get autographs, he was the only player who didn't come out, and that broke my heart. That broke my heart. I think I was like 11 or 12, and I was just patiently waiting to meet Sean Kemp. So Sean Kemp, I turned 40 this year. You want to know what I want for my 40th birthday?
Sean knew his
I want-
agent. Yo,
I
who's this
want to
girl named
meet. I want to meet Sean Kemp, number 40. I've got a Sean Kemp 40 jersey that I'm going to wear on my 40th birthday in August. I want to meet Sean Kemp. I'm manifesting that I'm going to meet my favorite basketball player.
Where you have an X Fest?
I'll have to
I'm gonna
look.
Google this. I'm gonna
I'll
Google
have
this
to
right
look to
now,
see.
live on the WellsMania.
You know
podcast.
what's
I'm
so
pretty
funny?
sure.
We were talking about Brock Lesnar being like the unicorn. Now it's not wrestling, obviously, but another unicorn to meet would be Michael Jordan for sure.
Ooh,
That's
yeah, man. Because
Uh,
Jordan, you know MJ, he doesn't need the
Mhm.
money. So
and
he doesn't.
I've gotten Pippen and Rodman
no,
before, so
Yeah,
that's the trifecta right there.
I just met Dennis Rodman earlier this year at Squared Circle Expo.
Mhm.
Yo,
Um,
Wells, I'm meeting your favorite at Fanatics Fest, Seth Rollins.
Oh God.
Dude.
Hopefully he's not a dick to you. Was he a dick to you, Noemi?
No, I haven't met him. I would love to though.
Oh. Well, good luck. I hope he's nice to you because he's been an ass to me like the last 3 times that I've seen him. I think he just remembers me, and he's like, I'm gonna be a dick to that guy again.
I wanted
Ronald
to go to
impression right
Fanatics
there.
Fest, but with it being so close to SummerSlam, I don't think I could afford it. And also all the meet and greets I wanted to go to are all sold out. So and the flights are like $800 from Chicago, and I'm just like,
You gotta
that's
pick
too
the right
much.
airport. You gotta pick the right airports because there are.
I go to O'Hare. I don't know about Midway. I don't know.
I meant coming into New York.
I was
Oh well,
exclusively
I
Midway
was
for the
looking
longest
at
time.
yeah, I was looking at the New York one and then the Jersey one, and they were both the same.
Is O'Hare the airport where they ran in Home Alone?
Yep.
Yes.
Which I did not see
And
for the longest time because I always used to just fly Southwest. And then finally I flew American once, and I finally got to see the terminal. Because that you have to fly American to go through where it is. Because obviously
what's
that's where they flew.
this beef you have with United Airlines? Because I have good experience with United, but I know you, Mike, you have beef with them.
Oh yeah, my lovely travel day into SummerSlam this last year, where we were waiting for the flight to take off, and then right before it took off, they're like, "Oh, unfortunately, we have to change the tire on the plane, so it's going to take." They literally changed it with us on the plane. I'm like, "What
Oh
the
my
hell?
gosh.
What the hell?" And that wasn't the end. That was only the beginning. So then we get into Jersey. And then, ironically, if you remember the weather that Thursday before SummerSlam, and where it was just like torrential downpour storms, had nothing to do with the storms. We get in, and then like we're taxiing around for like an hour after we landed, and then I think I waited like over an hour for my baggage. And there was like a
Wow.
play I had tickets to go see that I missed, and then I had to pay another like $200 to go see like the second showing of the night. So I was like, oh, I was so pissed. So yeah, I let United have it there. I think the best I got out of them was like a $50 credit towards like a future flight or something. I don't remember.
That's
These
taxes.
these comments that Alan and the tribal minister are throwing out there. WellsMania keeps going over his time. His wife is going to punish him. What's this one right here? Wells's wife. Where'd it go?
Wifey Wells.
Ashley's back.
There we go. Wells's wife is going to come in here with the belt. Ashley's plotting my demise. I hope not. Well, you never know. Belt to ass. Yeah. What's up? You're going to get beat, Wells. All right. So with that being said, my wife is amazing, by the way. I absolutely love my wife. She supports this crazy, wild dream of mine of being the most underrated wrestling podcast in the world, WellsMania. And I really appreciate this was the most lively the chat has been since I've done the live episodes of WellsMania. So thank you to Alan Owens and Josiah and the Tribal Menace and everybody else who came in here and ran wild with the Brock Lesnar guy, Noemi, and Aiden Achong. Now, before we go, officially, this is the go home segment of WellsMania Podcast. Is there anything else before we plug our social medias and hit the road? Because I do hear my son crying in the other room.
I will be doing an
never a good
opening.
sign.
I will be opening some packs of cards in a bit. So check out my post in about 30 minutes or an hour.
Where can they find that at?
Instagram or TikTok, Wrestle with Noemi.
You want to know, Aiden and Brock Lesnar guy, you want to know what I was doing for Noemi in her section before Saturday night's main event? I was hyping her up to her entire section by calling her Instagram superstar Wrestle with Noemi. And I just kept telling everybody, go follow her, Wrestle with Noemi on Instagram. You guys don't realize how famous she is. She's an Instagram superstar. Like, I was really putting Noemi over, and Noemi
only has 10K, by the way. Not even that much.
She's sinking so far into her seat. She's like, shut the hell up. Go back. Get out of here. That's what I do, though. That's what I like to do, is I like to try to help put people over. Not saying that any of you guys need help being put over, but you know that I'll always do my part.
I appreciate it.
And whatever I can to help you guys. What's Alan Owens saying over here? Aiden has a girlfriend now?
Oh my gosh. I was like,
What?
what? What?
Is
He
this
broke the
is this
internet, bro.
breaking news?
Aiden broke the internet with that one.
Aiden, you really have a girlfriend?
So we got some of the sorts going on. If Kelly, if you're
Okay.
seeing this, hi Kelly.
Well, Kelly, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put my boy Aiden over. You already know, or else you wouldn't be with him. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. He's been nothing but good to me. So hopefully he'll be nothing but good to you. Shout out to Aiden's new girlfriend, Kelly. Let's see what else we got here before we go real quick. Kyle, I love watching your podcast. Thank you, Keisha. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. What the hell is this? I bought him and his girlfriend a glizzy. I believe that's what the New Yorkers call hot dogs glizzies. Is that true?
I say glizzy.
Okay. I didn't know if it was just a New York thing.
Alan, I would really love a pin from Alan Owens. I really want a real or a CM Punk
The best
pin.
pins in the business.
Yes.
Please, please. I will make a video. If I get a PR package, I will make a video on it. Please.
I want a pin. Pin me.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing, Alan Owens. You see this little ticker that goes across the bottom of the episode? I will make a deal with you. If you hook all of us up, Brock Lesnar Guy, Aiden Chong, and Noemi, and yours truly, if you hook all of us up with a pin from Owens Pins, I will put at the very bottom all your information, and it will scroll the entire episode. The entire episode. Ooh, did I just come up with a good idea there? I think I did. Aiden Chong, go ahead and plug your social media.
Make sure you follow everywhere. Aiden Chong on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Twitch. I think that's Twitter. Anything is just Aiden Chong. Enjoy wrestling, all forms of it, whether it's indie, big show, little show. Enjoy it, have fun, and just take over the world.
And Brock Lesnar Guy. I mean, if you're not following Brock Lesnar Guy, are you even following anybody really?
I do have one thing to say, real quick, little teaser here, I guess you can say.
Ooh, I like teasers.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to really tune into Clash in Italy. Sorry, my mind is so old. I may have some a little business to take care of this Sunday, May 31st. So look out for that. I don't know when I'll make it to social media, but it may be setting something up for I don't know, something going on June 18th coming up here. So be on the lookout for that. You may have seen a couple teasers already. So
that's a good tease right there.
Just keep your eyes open.
Wait, Mike, are you gonna go to the show in Logan Square for House of Glory?
Oh, I might be.
Okay,
tentative,
I'm planning on going, so we can meet up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Do I still need to get tickets for that? Is it sold out yet, or because I know that I think those shows tend to sell out.
Oh, I know GA is still available. I'm not sure about like the ringside.
Yeah, I'll definitely look into it because I went to their show back in November. It was really hot.
Yeah.
Alan Owens says to just hit up Tommy. He's the one that sends out the packages for
Tommy Ringside.
So Tommy Ringside,
Tommy
I'm making a deal with you right now, Tommy Ringside. I will promote Owens Pin right here on a future episode of WellsMania Podcast, where not only will at the bottom the ticker will have all your social media and your website and all your information that'll scroll the whole episode, so you can't miss it if you tune in. And apparently, we had a lot of people tune in to this episode of WellsMania Podcast, so it's not just me saying it. It's Brock Lesnar Guy saying it. It's Aiden Chong saying it. It's Noemi saying it. Alan Owens is even saying it. So I'm just saying. And we just surpassed that 500 subscriber milestone. Thank you. It's a big deal to me because I feel like I really got jobbed with Spotify. Like they really did me dirty by wiping out my WellsMania podcast, and they've never allowed me to come back. It is what it is. I've learned to. This is my PSA for all the wrestling content creators that have recently been hit with copyright claims. It's not over. It still isn't over. To quote The Notebook there. Noemi, a huge pop from you. I know you like that movie. I don't know. You might not. I don't know. Have you ever seen The Notebook? Do you like The Notebook?
Yeah, it's been a while though since I watched it.
That once again, I'm showing my age over here. But yes, I adapted and I overcame, and here we are running wild on YouTube, where I have fine guests like Brock Lesnar Guy, Aiden Chong, and Wrestle with Noemi. Thank you so much to the three of you for taking the time out of your busy lives to run wild with me right here on episode 216 of WellsMania Podcast. That's going to do it. That is going to do it. Be sure to follow everybody. Follow everybody. Thank you all so much for the live chat. It was popping all episode long. And if you missed the live, you can catch this on the replay. I'll be getting that up here on my WellsMania YouTube momentarily. But yes, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the notifications too, so that way you never miss an episode of WellsMania Podcast. So you can be a part of the pod. Alan Owens, Colin, and everybody else who participated. Y'all are a part of this episode forever. Then, now, forever, together. Hey, thank you all so much. Brock Lesnar Guy,
Thank you,
Aiden
Kyle.
Chong, Noemi, thank you. And look forward to having you guys back on another episode.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
So until next episode, take care, stay positive, run wild, and dominate the day.